Tuesday Night Baseball on the show as you get a look there at Rogers Center here in Toronto. Tonight we begin a new homestand with the first of three between the West leading Angels and the Blue Jays.
Hey, what is going on, guys? T.Source 15 here. Today we have another episode of Toronto Blue Jays franchise here in MLB 13 the show. So earlier you see that we were 10 games above 500. We are about 3 weeks away from the playoffs, and I'll spoil it now that we do make the playoffs in a wild card spot. We do not surpass the Yankees to win the AL East, but maybe we can win the AL East next year. Some other weird things that I wanted to point out is that the Minnesota Twins, they won the AL Central, my bad. And that's pretty weird because they are a pretty bad team going into the season. They didn't make any major moves, but I think it was Kyle Gibson won the Rookie of the Year. He went like 19-5. I will hopefully have a stats video up as the next video, but we'll get this video out first. So this is the last episode I will be showing before the playoffs. There is still like 2 weeks left, but I do simulate that, and then we're going to do the playoff episode for the next one. So you can see the Angels do get a little bit of a start off here in the top of the first, and Alex Rios takes the next pitch deep off of newly acquired Jason Vargas, who we actually got from the LA Angels, and that's partially why I decided to do this matchup here for the last matchup of the season. It is Jason Vargas up against R.A. Dickey, two guys that we traded for each other just a couple weeks ago, just right at the trade deadline. That was our deadline deal, trading R.A. Dickey away because he had digressed quite a bit and he had that big salary cap that we wanted to get rid of, and then we just picked up Vargas. So you can see R.A. Dickey is 11-5 with a 4.49 ERA. Most of those starts have been for the Blue Jays, but recently he got dealt to the Angels, so he's been performing a little bit better than he was on the Blue Jays. So you can see a little ground out there for Jose Bautista, but it is thrown away. So Edwin Encarnacion gets a chance to come up and chance to score a couple runs here, but he can't. He grounds out softly to second baseman. So they get through the first inning without giving up any hits. So we are headed into the top of the second, down 4-0. They have 4 hits. We have none. We have two errors, and they have 1. So here in the bottom of the second, Melky Cabrera is going to get our first hit. He's going to break that no really early, which is something I like to do. Get on the 6 pretty early, but they already have a 4-run lead, so it's not looking too good. So Melky Cabrera pulls up in a second with a double right here. So we have a runner on second now. He gets moved up to third with 1 out now. Brett Laurie coming up. He's going to get a fly ball deep center field, and that's exactly what we needed. And Melky Cabrera is easily going to score from third base after tagging up. They don't even try to throw to the plate after he is there quite in advance to the throw. So we make it a 3-run game. Now to the top of the third, runner on first base, and Rios is going to ground this one back to the pitcher. Should be an easy play, right? But Vargas can't make the play over at first. That's a little bit of a glitch here in MLB 13 the show, so hopefully they can get that fixed. So Hanley Ramirez is going to pick up an RBI here after a ground out to the shortstop. Jose Reyes makes that throw over there. So Vargas's day is done. We're headed into the 4th inning, and Chad Jenkins is going to make his MLB debut here, and with 2 outs, facing one of the league's best, Albert Pujols gets him to ground out. So he gets, in his first inning of his major league career, he gets a 3-up, 3-down inning. So a pretty solid performance by Chad Jenkins there. So here in the bottom of the 5th, Ben Zobrist up with none out. Fresh count, and he's going to take the first pitch of this at-bat over the right field wall into the Angels bullpen. So makes it a 5-2 ball game here in the 5th. So Ben Zobrist, nice little piece of hitting there, taking that one over the right field wall. I believe that is something. I think he's into double digits in home runs. We have a lot of home run pop, and hopefully that can help us out in the playoffs. It'll be something that could help us prevail in a series, because it doesn't matter how many runs we're down. We can come back with the long ball. Just get a couple men on base, and then just crank a long ball, because we have lots of guys that can hit the long ball. So Esmail Rogers comes up after that inning, and Esmail Rogers is 0-0 with a 9 ERA through 2 starts. Through 2 appearances, but in this one he's going to do pretty well. He strikes out Hanley Ramirez, and now we're to the bottom of the 6th, And Austin Jackson coming up. He's going to rip a base hit into left field. And we have a runner on first base to start off this inning, which is always good. So Bautista up with 1 out. And with Bautista at bat, Austin Jackson's going to steal second base easy. Gets in there before the throw. So now we have a runner on second base with 1 out. And Bautista, one of the biggest home run hitters in the MLB. And he's going to take this ball into the Blue Jays bullpen to make this a 5-4 ball game. Makes it a 1-run game after that big blast by Bautista. That's close to 45 for him. So yeah, nice little piece of hitting there off the knuckleballer R.A. Dickey. We didn't get too much going until except for those couple long balls there. I think we only have about 5 hits at this point, but we're starting to make some contact with that knuckleball of R.A. Dickey. So that would be the end of the day for Esmil Rogers. Anthony Bastardo comes in for the top of the 8th, I believe. He is 6-3 with a 2.36 ERA. He's easily our best performing reliever this season. And first up would be Albert Pujols. He's going to drive this 3-2 pitch to the wall, but Cabrera's going to track it down and make the play just at the track. So warning track power for Pujols. So to the bottom of the 7th, Brett Lawrie's going to get a nice little piece of hitting for another hit on the day for him. I think that's 2 or 3 hits for him so far. And he's going to get a little piece of hitting there. But that'll be the end of the day for R.A. Dickey. They do go to the bullpen after he has given up quite a few runs into the 7th. So pretty good start for him. He goes 6+ innings. Wilton Lopez comes in. He's having a really nice year. He has a 1.72 ERA. He's 3-1 through 69 games. So 69. My bad. Just had to get that joke in there. So Yasiel Puig coming up, and he's going to fake the bunt so Brett Lawrie can get into second base. And something that a viewer pointed out is that Yasiel Puig only bats right, and for some reason on these OFSM rosters, they have him as a switch hitter. So you can see there that with the runner on third, chance to tie the game, and Jose Reyes almost gets that ball into left field. So we don't score a run there, but Casey Jansen's going to come in for the 8th. He's having a pretty bad year. Hopefully he can respond next year. So top of the 8th with 2 out, he is going to get Hanley Ramirez to poke this one into left field for a base hit. So we have a runner on first base we have to deal with late in this inning with 2 outs. And Chris Iannetta is coming up. He's going to take a pitch, and Hanley Ramirez is going to get hosed out at second base. Pretty nice throw there by Aaron Sebia to end the inning. And you can see we are headed to the bottom of the 8th, and we're down 1 run. They have 9 hits. We have 8. And neither team has made an error since that first inning. So they're going to bring in Ernesto Frieri. He is 2-4 so far this season with a 6.23 ERA. And he gets the first 2 outs pretty easily. And then Encarnacion is going to strike out on a bad swing on that fastball inside. So Frieri makes quick work of the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 8th. Naftali Feliz, the closer for the Blue Jays, is going to come in for the top of the 9th to try and hold the lead right there. But first up is Mike Trout, and he's one of the best players in the MLB. He's going to take that 3-2 pitch up high for ball 4. So we have a pretty fast runner on first base that we have to deal with. And next up will be Pujols, one of the league's best. He's going to get this ball into right field, and Trout is going to score from second after he was moved up on a fielder's I think it was a ground ball or a fly ball, something like that. But he does score there. So Ryan Madsen, one of the best closers in the league, in this league. He's not one of the best closers this year in the MLB, but he has been performing pretty well this year. 44 saves with a 2.5 ERA. First up, Ben Zobrist. He's going to get a base hit into center field. So bringing the tying run to the plate here in the bottom 9th is always helpful. So Brett Lawrie is that guy, and he's going to take this ball to the wall. Could it go? It is there. Is it gone? Trout runs it down at the track, and Ben Zobrist would have to retrace his steps back to first base, but we're not done that yet. Sorry, with 2 outs, and JP Aaron Sebia, he's on a fly out straight to Mike Trout. Barely had to move for the 3rd out of the inning, and that would be your ball game. We do go on to lose 6-4 here through 9 innings. Dickey gets the win, Vargas gets the loss, and Ryan Madsen gets the save. I think there was a couple guys that got a hold maybe, but you can see the stats on your way out. There will be like the box scores and everything. I believe Alex Rios does get the player of the game. And that's all for now, guys. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.